What's up guys, Kanye with a new video, and today we're going to talk about the Mavic Mini 2. We're going to do this from a standpoint from a first-time drone user, because this really is my first drone ever and I'm so freaking excited to use this. The thing that immediately caught my attention is how small this drone actually is. This is my Samsung Galaxy S10 and this is the drone. I mean, it just fits in my hand palm perfectly. And the fact that this drone is so freaking small and has so much power and capabilities and can even shoot in 4K just blows my mind. Alright, so let's take the drone for a spin, shall we? Let's try to do it a fancy way, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna hold it like this. Click on the button. Oh! There we go. Here it is. Pretty cool, right? It's pretty windy right now and it's just freaking cool how stable this little thing is. Let's try to record ourselves. Oh. Okay, I think I filmed some pretty cool footage with the Mavic Mini 2, and there was a golden shepherd right here standing right beneath the drone, and he was jumping around and he wanted to play with the drones, so it'll probably be the best to go home to review the footage and to talk some more about the drone itself. Okay, so I got the DJI Mavic Mini 2 Fly More combo, and the main reason to get this is to get these 2 extra pair of batteries and also to get this charging thing, because otherwise you would just have to charge everything from your drone and you would have to charge everything 1 battery at a time. And with this you can actually charge 3 batteries at a time. I mean, not all the 3 of them charge at the same time, because first this one have to charge fully and then it goes over to this battery, and when this battery is full then we go over to this battery. So that's kind of a downside, but it still stays useful. And the other thing that's included in the Fly More combo is 2 extra pair of propellers, and we also have this little bag, which is quite useful, but I don't really use it. And then we have the drone itself, of course. And in the Fly More combo, if I'm not mistaken, you get this little wing protector, which is quite useful, so the propellers don't just hang loose in your bag. And we also obviously have this controller. The drone itself is actually pretty easy to set up. When you want to fly this, you just gotta make sure to remove this cap right here, which protects the camera and the gimbal, as you can see. And then we gotta extend the arms like this, and the ones underneath you have to do it like these. There you go. And this is a drone fully extended. It's pretty small, right? As I mentioned before, it just fits perfectly in your palm of your hand, and that's pretty amazing for what this thing can do. And if we want to turn this on, we just gotta press this little button under here once, and then we gotta hold it again. And the next thing we gotta do is do the same for the controller. Under the controller right here, we have these thumbsticks, So we can take them out and screw them in here. So it's actually easier to fly the drone. Let's screw them in. Pretty nice, right? It's funny that the controller is actually bigger than the drone itself. As you can see, we have a few buttons over here on the controller, and they are pretty self-explanatory. So this button right here is the automatic return to home feature from the drone. And over here we have a switch. And this enables you to switch the speed of the drone, the gimbal, and the camera. So when you're just starting out and you're learning how to use the drone, then I would highly recommend you to use Cine mode. If you're already a bit more used to using the drone, you can put it into normal mode. And there's also sport mode. And that obviously enables you to move the drone way faster. But you gotta watch out when you're like moving your joysticks and you want to move your camera, because it can come out a bit cranky. And obviously you don't want that in your footage. The next button we have right here is this little button right here. And with this you can just switch from taking photos to taking videos. So this is very useful, obviously. Underneath we have a micro USB-C input, so we can charge the controller. On top we have this little wheel right here, and you can use this to set the angle of your camera and to move your gimbal. Over here we have this little button with which you can start recording your videos or to take photos. And this part right here on top of the controller is pretty important. You gotta take this out, and in here you have a little cable. First, you gotta make sure to put this into your phone, like this. And don't worry about it if you have an iPhone or an Android phone, because there are both a lightning cable and a USB-C cable included. So you don't need to worry about that. Then you put your phone like this. When you insert the cable, it automatically opens the DJI app. All right. And as you can see right here, a little update pops up. And you gotta make sure to update to the latest update before you go flying, because it could have some very important updates that would even make your controller or your drone better. The next thing we gotta do is to press go fly. And on here you can actually see what the drone is seeing right now. On the left corner, we actually have a little map right here. And that is actually a Google map. And if we press on it, we can actually see all kind of zones and markings to see whether or not you can fly in that spot. And that's actually pretty useful. So I would highly encourage you to make sure to check this map and to see if you can actually fly the spot before you actually go fly your drone. I won't go into too much detail, but I just wanted to show you this. On the right hand corner, we have the settings that we can dial in for the drone itself, and you can change them by pressing on them. So these are the manual settings. You could also just automatically change the settings, and you could just change the exposure by, say you want to underexpose by 0.3 stops, 0.7. So these are pretty nice features that you can actually use. On the right side in the middle, you could also change from photo to video mode. We also have quick shots, and we also have a panorama feature. In the photo mode, every setting you want to dial in, you have to do it from the bottom right here. With video mode, it's a bit different. Over here you can choose whether or not to shoot in 4K, 2.7K, or 1080p, and you can shoot 4K in 25p, 24p, and 30 fps. And the same for the other resolutions. And when you want to shoot in 1080, and you can even shoot in 1080 in 60 fps. So that's pretty nice, but I don't think it's that useful for a drone, at least not for me. And over here, there are the quick shots. The quick shots are pretty nice actually. It enables you to let your drone automatically do some kind of movement, like fly in a circle around you or go straight away from you in one direction up to a certain height, and then it films you and it actually tracks you, and then it comes back. I haven't been able to test this feature out myself yet, but I've seen some videos and it's pretty cool what it can actually do. Okay, so that was basically it setup wise. My overall experience with this, to set it up, to fly with it, is that it's just very easy and it's just a very good beginner's drone. Something else to keep in mind when you want to fly your drone is to actually make sure that you follow the regulations. I'm from Belgium, which is in Europe, and starting this year there were some new regulations. So you gotta make sure that we actually know what those regulations are and that we follow those rules. Unfortunately, the regulations are pretty strict here in Belgium, but that won't hold me back to make cool footage with my drone. As long as I don't do dangerous stuff such as flying nearby an airport, flying close to people, violating people's privacy, then I think it's pretty okay to just use your drone. But then again, if you're flying in a zone where you actually can't really fly, then it's at your own risk. And please don't hold me accountable for that. My overall impression for this drone, and my first impression actually, are that it's a really good drone. It's a good drone for beginners, but even for more advanced people who want to use a small drone on the go that doesn't take up a lot of space in a bag. And it only weighs 250 grams and it fits in the palm of your hand really easy, so you can actually pack it easily in your bag. And also because it weighs less than 250 grams, there are less strict rules to follow than, let's say, that you are going to fly a drone from 1 kilograms. So if you're looking into buying a drone, you want it to be small, but you want to get really cool qualitative footage with it, then the Mavic Mini 2 is the one to get. Okay, that's it again for me today. This was my first review ever, so please don't be too hard on me and let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. Do you think that I missed some points that I definitely should have talked about, or would you like have seen it in a different style? And keep in mind that I mostly made this video with the perspective of a first-time drone user in mind, since this also is my first drone ever. So if this video was of any value to you and you want to support the channel, then please hit the like button, click that bell icon to get notified for when I post new videos, and subscribe to the YouTube channel if you want to see more behind the scenes videos, reviews, and content creation related topics. Creatives, that's it again from me today. Gone out. Peace! So the drone is basically very easy to set up.